Meanwhile, we have a local connection to the tragedy in Boston. Billy Lou Timball was born and raised in the border city. Now, she was still running when the bombs went off. She is safe and gives our Bart Pediasic her first-hand account of the devastating event.
At first, we were not aware. Someone said, oh, there's been a blast at Washington Square, and we had no idea at that point at first of the magnitude of what had happened. And because we couldn't get anywhere close, you know, it took a while for things to kind of fit together.
Billy Lou Timball and her husband both ran in the marathon. She was around the corner when the first blast happened.
I was very afraid for Jeff because I knew he was going to meet me at finish, and there was no way to contact people by cell phone. They had locked all of the cell phone in the area, so we just happened to, he kept walking and found me.
Timball's been running for 9 years, and this was her first time taking part in the marathon. She dedicated it to her mother, who passed away in Lloydminster 5 weeks ago.
Yesterday, I dedicated that run to her because just before she died, about 24 hours, I told her I was coming to see her, and she said, well, that's okay, but don't leave your training. Because she knew I was working so hard.
She says the atmosphere is still tense in Boston.
Starting yesterday afternoon and continuing today is just incredible. Army SWAT teams, police SWAT teams, people being having their purses examined. Not everyone, but anybody that they feel like. Many stores are closed, and apparently schools.
Timball credits the people of Boston for their quick response and open arms in helping fellow runners.
So the people of Boston are sad, and we're sad for them, but they were there for all of us, so we can only thank them from the bottom of our heart.
Bart Pediasic, Newcap News.
To other news of the day, northeastern Alberta is booming and many communities are seeing major growth both in business and population. But as Glenn Brown explains, the province is now changing the school board requisition formula, and those growing communities are being hit hard.
Cold Lake and Bonnyville are two of the largest growing communities in northeastern Alberta, but now they are paying for it. In previous years, the school board requisition was based on a growth average over 4 years. But that is changing.
If your school board requisitions increased 1 year over the next more than 12%, you're capped at that. So you're a bit buffered, and others throughout other communities throughout Alberta would have to share some of the burden of those major increases.
So if you had a quick growth year, the amount of the demand was cushioned. Or on the other hand, if you were in a town where a mill closed or something and you had a quick decline year, decline was softened.
In the new provincial budget, the requisition is now based on a community's growth in just 1 year. That means Bonnyville needs to find almost another $400,000, and it'll be the businesses that take the hit.
The non-residential school tax, as it's called, is 42% higher dollar-wise than it was a year ago.
Cold Lake is having to come up with an additional 13%, which adds up to more than $600,000.
Or what that means to the community is that we have to generate almost or just over $650,000 of new revenue that has to be collected through the residential property taxes and turned over to the provincial government for the school requisition.
Both communities were previously not increasing taxes, but taxpayers may now notice a hike in the property tax. In Bonnyville, Clayton Brown, Newcap News.